Sean and I guess we kind of learned the ropes in family law the same way, ended up in the system ourselves, and it spits you back out a different person, as I'm sure a lot of our viewers feel the same way. So the major reason and the main topic that I wanted to talk to Sean about tonight was his work on his new website, unethicalkarma.com, and dealing with unscrupulous family law attorneys. So, Sean, I want to turn it over to you first and walk me through what the website is, what it does, kind of what its purpose is, and what its value will be.
So my website does a couple of things. So like I said, my ex-wife's attorney is, in my personal opinion, and my professional opinion as a practicing attorney, is easily the most unethical attorney I've ever seen in my life. I know she's not the worst case, and I know she's not the worst example. I know that there are other unethical bad apple attorneys that are in a commensurate sort of group with her, but the sorts of things that she did in our divorce, were things like endemic dishonesty, lying, forging of court orders, bald-faced lying to the judge when she had clear actual knowledge that she knew that she was lying, presenting false evidence, making allegations against me that were clearly unethical because they were not well grounded in law and fact, engaging in a series of behaviors that I believe abused and manipulated her own client, massively over litigating the case, charging her own client at last count over $264,000, more than 60% of my ex-wife's total net worth, to accomplish literally nothing. When I say that she is the bad apple example attorney, I'm not alone. Hopefully we'll put together another podcast about this, and we'll be able to talk maybe to some other victims of hers. But she's been at this for years, and the problems that are endemic in my case and that are endemic in across the board that you see in lots of high conflict cases, were really fueled by her unethical behavior. So my website is largely, the goal of it is to teach other people how to avoid some of the mistakes that you're going to find, but there's plenty of people that are out there doing that. So for instance, Greg Ellis has just come out with a very interesting and good book where he's talking about his experience as responding to a hostile, high conflict family law case. And I've read his book. It's good stuff. But there are pieces of this puzzle that are missing for other pieces, and there are each one of these people is taking a different piece of the puzzle and they're putting it forward. And one of the pieces that's missing is talking about what do you do when you find yourself in the position where you believe that counsel is acting unethically. And I mean beyond the idea that they're making allegations that you might be able to justify by facts, or they're making allegations that might be in line with your ex-wife or your soon-to-be ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-husband's beliefs based upon some facts. What do you do when you realize that opposing counsel is unethical? How do you find out what's potentially in store for you and to keep you out of trouble? And if you do come to the realization that they're engaging in unethical behavior, how do you research and write bar complaints that will ultimately get the attention of a bar association, not necessarily to come along and discipline or disbar your opposing counsel, but at least to create an investigation that gets treated seriously. Because the vast majority of bar complaints that are filed by opposing parties, get briefly looked at and go straight into the proverbial trash can, and to a large extent because people don't know how to write bar complaints. People don't know how to marshal the evidence and apply it to the rule. So that's and then the other piece of the puzzle is for my website is to go public about what's happened to me and the atrocity that's been committed to me, my ex-wife, our son. I haven't seen my son in just over 2 years, and the court is asleep at the switch about that. And then sort of the third piece of the puzzle is to deal with some of these due process issues that are coming up because of this abusive litigation statutes that Tennessee passed one in 2019, Washington passed one and started in 2020, which are just a disaster of constitutional law and drafting, statutory drafting. So they're real problems. And if they stand, it's going to be additional problems for fathers and the 20% of other alienated parents that are mothers that are going to be additionally abused by that. So that's the purpose of it. Sort of threefold: going public about my story, teaching people how to avoid some of these pitfalls, and talking about these important constitutional issues in my new case in the Court of Appeals.